Hey, it's October 2011 and welcome to your monthly news show, Supercar Spin.
In this month's news, the ultimate race version Gallardo is released from Lamborghini.
Lexus smashes the Nürburgring production lap record with a special LFA.
Lotus unveils its fastest ever car, the Evora GTE.
Maserati announced its new rival to the Porsche Cayenne. Yes, an SUV from Maserati.
The Croatians have decided to take on the world with their first ever supercar.
And Citroen released a van that's ready to party. Hey, welcome to the show. My name is Mark.
And I'm Brendan.
And I'm Courtney.
And this is the show where we sift through the masses of press releases from the automobile industry each month and bring you just the most interesting ones around sports cars and supercars. What have we been up to this month, guys?
Well, I've been driving around Europe. I managed to go as fast as I could on the Autobahn and Stelvio Pass, where I went a bit slower. But
what car were you in?
An Audi A6 wagon.
Oh, so it's still a pretty nice car.
It was really good.
It's not like a sports car, but it's still pretty nice.
Not that stylish, though.
Very stylish.
Stylish if you've got family and kids. And what about you, Courtney? What have you been up to?
I was lucky enough to go down to Melbourne for Australia's first ever drifting Grand Prix.
Yeah, and where was that?
That was at Calder Park Thunderdome. It's an old, disused NASCAR racing track. It's pretty cool there.
Yeah. Well, I haven't got any exciting news apart from to say that Courtney is joining us on the front bench today. So welcome to Courtney, and she'll be joining us to do all of the best bits of the news for this month. Right, first bit of news from Lamborghini, the Gallardo LP 570-4 Super Trofeo Stradale. It's the longest named car ever. So it's a new Gallardo from Lamborghini.
Another Gallardo?
Yeah, another one.
Wow.
Only 150 are going to be made. It's based on the race championship they have in Italy called the Super Trofeo series. Okay, so it's inspired on that, not based. Looks, well, it's got bigger wings, lots of glossy black stuff all over, including the gloss black roof. It's got a big carbon fibre rear wing, huge rear wing actually, much bigger than what you'd normally see on a Gallardo. And of course, underneath the skin, there's lots more power. Well, not too much more power, but there is some. It's up to 425 kilowatts of power and 540 newton meters of torque. So not much more than the Superleggera, for example.
But it's lighter, maybe?
Yeah, it's a bit lighter. They haven't actually said that, but it would be lighter because of all the carbon fibre. Performance, well, we expect 0 to 100 kilometres an hour in 3.4 seconds, but 0 to 200 kilometres an hour, which is always a good benchmark for supercars. It gets there in 10.4 seconds. Top speed of 320 kilometres an hour, so a bit quicker than you went on the Autobahn. Yeah, so to get to that great 0 to 100 speed, it uses not launch control, but thrust control.
Really? Sounds like a marketing buzzword.
You have to be a pilot, I think, to drive it if you've got a control.
Yes, yeah, thrust control. So that gets you there quickly, but what stops you quickly is carbon ceramic brakes all round on this car as standard. Options, should you want some options on this nice Gallardo? Yeah, should you? 4-point harnesses, Lamborghini fire extinguisher, and a roll cage.
Next bit of news is from Lotus. It seems that Lotus has forgotten about all those models that they showed us last year.
Yeah, that massive unveiling with all those superstars helping them to unveil them at that motor show.
Because now all they're talking about is the new Evora model they've announced, the GTE, which is the most powerful Evora ever. 438 horsepower.
That's a lot of power from a Lotus.
And I mean, this was planned to be a limited production run of 25, but the popularity was so high in China alone that they're actually producing it as a Lotus mass-produced car. So.
Yeah, it was really that popular in China when they released this, yeah.
So, I mean, this car has an ATM option, which isn't as exciting as it sounds.
It's free money?
No, it's actually
free money. It has an ATM in the dash. It's a rebate in the actual car.
That would be nice. But it's the automatic transmission. They've just called it the ATM. So, Lotus is going the automatic route as an option, which is obviously a business strategy, I guess, to try to sell more.
Because it's not just the Americans that want autos.
No, that's right. I mean, look at Ferrari.
The vast majority of the public probably are more happy with an auto, and they'd like a sports car and an auto. So there you go.
Well, they like a sports car look without the
inconvenience of learning how to drive a sports car.
Yeah.
It's got other go fast bits on this Evora to make it actually 105 kilograms less, which is a lot, isn't it?
Yeah, that is from a car that's like, what did you say earlier, 1,300 kilos? That's a lot of weight to be lost from something that's fairly light anyway.
Yeah, and it's not just this new GTE that's getting some treatment. The old Evora S they've fixed some fit and finish issues. to make it
they're
a bit
building it
nicer
better.
inside.
Well, they're building
Yeah.
it like a normal car.
With better
Yeah.
glue.
Yeah, better glue. Yeah.
And also, this Evora S is getting a ISP option, which is actually just another name for another automatic gearbox. So
Another one.
So automatic across the range, basically, because they
Yeah.
also announced the Elise S and Elise SPS.
Jeez.
And SPS
Yeah.
is
Virus?
actually, it sounds like a virus, but they're automatic. It's called serial precision shift. So
So another automatic gearbox. So that's for your lease.
Elise, yeah, so the new Elise. And actually the new Elise has gone back to the 1.8 litre, or to a 1.8 litre, I should say, from the 1.6
Yeah.
for emissions, which is quite crazy. So, I mean, what happened to the basic Lotus philosophy? I guess they're trying to stay afloat by...
They're trying to increase sales by offering autos in all their
Exactly,
cars.
so it's not a bad thing if it
Well,
means we
it's-
can keep cool cars like this.
They're widening their market, aren't they?
Maybe
Yeah.
they're trying to get a better 0 to 100 time
True.
and disguising it under all these different little names.
So we'll see when Lotus brings more information about this.
Well, let's just hope they keep releasing cool cars like that. The Exige. News from Maserati. It was a rumour, and a rather ugly rumour at that, but now it's official. They're actually going to be making a luxury SUV, and they've called it the Maserati Kubang, which is a bit of a stupid name. It sounds stupid anyway, doesn't it?
It sounds like a Kia Kubang.
Yeah, it doesn't sound... Maserati Kubang doesn't really go together, kind of, does it?
Yeah, unless we're pronouncing it wrong.
Kubang, that's not Italian.
Maybe it's
Does it
Kubang
mean
or
something?
Yeah, it means googling it. It means that it's the wind going over some hills or something, carrying some bumblebees or something. I don't know. That's what it says. That's what it says on Google anyway. So you can see from the video on screen now what it's going to look like. You can tell from the looks it's obviously going to be a direct rival to the Porsche Cayenne. So you can see what they've done. Porsche Cayenne makes lots of money for Porsche, and so Maserati want a bit of that money as well, obviously. So
Yeah, well, it is, I guess, the headline luxury SUV in the world, so you'd be wanting to...
it makes Porsche a lot of money, so Maserati want money out of that
I just
same
don't like
sector.
what it does to the brand, I guess. You know, it sort of takes away the whole passion element of a brand if they're just...
Because Maserati do emphasise the passion of their brand,
Ferrari,
don't they?
yeah, whereas now it's more an accounting passion, a passion for money as opposed to a passion for cars. But
What we know about the actual car itself, though, is it's based on the Chrysler Grand Cherokee, which is an American car, and so if it's based on that chassis, it might not be such the most best handling car in the world.
That's an odd collaboration, isn't it?
it is.
No, that's what they're behind the scenes. They're collaborating. So hopefully it doesn't inherit some of that USA handling. Some good news about the technical side of it though is they're developing a brand new 8-speed automatic gearbox just for this car, as well as working with Ferrari a brand new engine for it as well. So it's going to probably go like the Clappers. Hopefully it goes around corners like the Clappers as well. But yeah, I mean this could be a really good, interesting SUV and a real good rival to the Porsche Cayenne.
The Rimac Concept 1. What is this car? We saw it debut at Frankfurt Motor Show recently. Basically, it's Croatia's first ever supercar. It's owned and designed by a 23-year-old man called Mate Rimac.
What, mate?
With the assistance of ex-Pininfarina engineers. So it's got some good intelligence behind it.
Yeah, he's hired the big guns.
Okay, the car has 4 electric motors mounted in pairs at each axle, and quite impressive power figures with 812 kilowatts being pumped out of it and 3,800 newton meters of torque.
Yeah, massive amount of torque, but you can only get that kind of torque from motors.
Electric motors.
Electric motors, yeah. As opposed to you'd need like a 20-litre petrol engine to get that much
Yeah, he's
torque
been
out of it.
sipping too much petrol. Okay, it's marked as direct rivals as the Bugatti Veyron and the Pagani Hyaroa, with a 0 to 100 time nestled between both at about 2.8 seconds.
Yeah, big claims.
That's quite a direct rival to have on your first car as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
23-year-old trying to make a car better than the Bugatti Veyron.
And the Paganis, yeah.
But unfortunately does fall a bit short of the Veyron's top speed. It's only just over 300 kilometres now, which is about 100 kilometres less than the Veyron. Still quite fast though.
You can't have everything when your first supercar that you make.
That's right.
In terms of electric motors, the only real rival you could say is the Tesla, which it easily puts to shame, as we saw in that Eco Rally.
Yeah, Eco Rally, and they've been hiding this car under the body of a BMW 3 Series, and it's been in this Eco Rally in Europe, and it's been thrashing the pants off the Tesla. If the Tesla had pants.
It's priced quite a lot more than the Tesla, though, closer to the Pagani, Koenigsegg and Bugatti. which is really expensive, and they're only making 88 of them, of which rumour has it that the Abu Dhabi royal family are taking one. So lucky them. It'll be interesting to see how the reviews go when this thing actually gets out in the flesh.
Next bit of news is from Lexus. They've actually got the lap record in the LFA around the Nürburgring.
Wow, it's already a seriously quick car, the LFA.
It is. Actually, sorry, it's not the standard LFA. This is the NE edition, which is the Nürburgring edition.
Which
NE.
lap record?
Production car record, of course.
Right,
yes,
that makes a bit more
because it's a production car.
So this is the fastest ever production car to go around the track. Is that what they're saying?
I think so, yeah, at the moment. So it's doing it in 7 minutes 14 seconds.
Yeah.
The NE edition, sorry.
Yeah.
The standard LFA did it in 7:22. So it's about 8 seconds quicker than a standard LFA. So
Wow, how did they manage that?
well, not with power, because it's only 8 kilowatts more power, which is not a lot really in the scheme of things. It's they've changed stiffer suspension, semi-slick tyres, fixed aero wing at the back, those things at the front.
The canyards, the dive planes, yeah,
Yep.
more aerodynamic thing. Whiskers.
Yeah, that's right.
And they've done something to they've recalibrated the transmission, yeah?
They have. So it's got quicker
Yes.
gear shifts now. It's 0.05 of a second quicker, which
Yeah.
I guess adds up over the number of gear changes you do on such a large circuit. So
Yeah, it would do, yeah.
So
Yeah.
how does that compare to Porsche? I remember the last time when the R35 GTR thrashed their record, they were not happy at all. And
No.
now another Japanese supercar has done it.
what
Yeah.
was the quickest Porsche again?
I don't know, is it GT2?
GT2 RS.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you knew about Porsche. Didn't know.
GT2 RS. I think,
Right, so-
if memory serves correctly, it did it in 7 minutes and 18 seconds, which is probably 4 seconds faster than
Oh,
the
don't
Nürburgring
go
edition
there.
LFA.
So the Nürburgring record
Very
stands at the
knowledgeable.
moment is the Radical SR8, followed second place by the Gumpert Sport Apollo. Now it's the LFA, and then the
Yeah.
fourth fastest is your Porsche, Courtney.
GT2 RS.
Yeah.
Correct.
So what else do we know about this car?
It's really expensive over the standard LFA. It's about $70,000 US more for those
Wow.
seemingly minor. I mean, they're not minor changes because it's a lot quicker.
Yeah.
But as a, it's not going to make a difference on the street, is it?
No, certainly
Or
not.
even on a normal track.
Yeah, but I mean it's very exclusive. 50 cars, did you say?
Yeah, only 50 of the NE out of the whole 500 that are made of the LFA. So
Yeah. Well, I mean I get the hots for this car. It's a nice
good to
looking
know.
car.
good to know.
It looks good in the air as well. That footage of it going around is pretty impressive.
Yeah. Cool. Okay, this has got to be the ugliest car of the month. That's this bit of news. It's the Citroen. What did I say it like that? Citroen, whatever. It's called the Citroen Tubic concept van, and this is the party van from Partyville, isn't it? From Pimpville. You'd like this, don't you, Brendan?
I think it looks cool.
It looks, yeah, it looks really cool. So this concept was presented at the Frankfurt Motor Show, which was just last week. They reckon it's like a people mover on steroids. It's one motoring journalist has called it an angry albino pig in its looks. Well, look at the front of it.
Yeah.
It just looks weird, doesn't it? It does look like an angry albino pig. Well, yeah, more about the looks. Well, it's got those massive side opening hinge doors, 22-inch pimped out wheels, and in the inside it's got this cool purpley looking kind of seating system that you can make it a bed, you can make it 3 seats, you can make it 2 seats and a table, you can seat 9 people in there.
Does it have a pole so you can dance around?
No, probably one of the optional extras. I'm sure if you ask for it, Courtney, you'll get one. The middle row can be a table, so you could do some table dancing if you want to. But it's the ultimate rock star party van, isn't it? It looks stupid, but
It does.
It's pretty ridiculous.
It actually
does.
reminds me of one of those old American Airstream caravans.
yeah, just with an ugly pig nose on the front.
Yeah, ugly pig nose.
But it'd be really good for rock stars and that going around in this as opposed to an old Tarango van or something.
Yeah.
Don't they normally get sort of their G6 jets everywhere? I didn't think.
Yeah, but when
they-
they're having to use 4 wheels, they could do this and they
Yeah,
could have a pole
just can't
dancer in the
drive on the
middle of their party van.
I'd still prefer a Cayenne.
Or a Maserati SUV.
No.
Maserati. So this van looks cool, and we want to go partying in it.
We're really excited.
That's all the best bits of the news for this month.
Well, don't forget you can check out our great looking website, supercarspin.com, where you can find links to all our previous shows as well as some behind the scenes stuff too.
Also on there you can find links to our YouTube, Twitter and Facebook pages as well.
Well, that's all from us from Mark.
And from Brendan.
And Courtney?
We'll see you next month.